Where did the fear of dark come from? Asking Dr. Ojal. Are we born with this fear of the unknown, Dr. Ojal, or did we learn to be afraid of what could happen to us in the darkness? One thing's for certain, it can really mess with your sleep. Dr. Ojal, of course, joining us to shed some light on this issue. And we're talking about this because of the published report in the journal Sleep. Nearly half of adults are afraid of the dark.
It's interesting.
That's surprising to me.
It is surprising. But it's half of adults who they have difficulty sleeping. And so when you start talking to folks who are struggling with sleep and having some difficulty staying asleep or getting to sleep, many of them do have some anxieties as it relates to darkness. Yeah. And it does make some sense. It's a very interesting study and interesting work, and it does relate to most of us and how we feel about going to bed at night.
Yeah, and the reasons may differ from person to person. But as far as the solution, you've got some good ones.
Sure, the solutions are very straightforward. First of all, it's getting someone to have a conversation to acknowledge the problem. Then we can intervene. And this is a great situation where we can point out the need for some behavioral change and a conversation with your physician or provider who's going to help you do that. So it's getting folks to deal with that anxiety. Sometimes it's just fearfulness of the darkness itself. So we teach them some strategies on how to slowly extinguish the light and get used to that. At other times, they have some fearfulness that there's something else in the house and whatnot. So the behaviors, we're able to give people techniques to deal with that. And sometimes they need some medication and have to acknowledge that anxiety is an issue.
Well, one thing that I saw that was interesting, keep a phone nearby. Because you know, if something were to happen, and maybe that's the fear, you're afraid somebody's going to break in, or what, you have a phone where you could call for help.
And part of it is us sitting down and finding out what exactly is the fear. What is it that's keeping them from being able to ease into sleep? Because for sleep to happen, as we've talked about before, it has to be natural, it has to be easy, it can't be forced or be thought about.
Yeah, and maybe try what children always use, and that's a nightlight. Tiny little thing right by the bed.
As long as it's not too bright.
Not too bright. That'll keep you up at night. Dr. Ojal, thank you so much for coming in.
Good to see you.